morning and welcome to the Pulse of Nigerian Politics right here on Morning Pulse. My name is Sharon Endemchuku and I'm not doing this alone. I'm joined in the studio as usual by my beautiful, amazing co-host in person of Ifoma Oji. How are you doing?
Thank you.
You look divine. You look like something out of a movie.
Thank you so much for the compliment.
You look good. Welcome.
Oh, and you look alluring.
Oh, thank you. I'm also joined by our comrade in person of Mr. Daniel Sacramento. Sure, sir. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, sir.
How are you
always
doing,
dripping.
You are
Am I dripping? Like
You're
what?
always dripping.
You're looking.
I mean.
Oh, he doesn't understand the slang. That means you look good. You look
I don't understand.
Sorry, sir. All right, we're also joined via Zoom in person of our analyst, Mr. Oladimiji Oluwafemi. How are you doing, sir? Good morning. Mr. Oladimiji, can you hear me? Okay, we can't hear you in the studio, but we hope to do so as we progress. Let's go straight to the stories that we have for today. So we have quite a lot, and I'm going to be starting from the top. Now, we have two very crazy stories that are rocking our shores. Niger Delta youth leaders are publicly rejecting protests and throwing support behind the controversial reform agenda led by the NNPC boss in person of Engineer Bayo Ojulari. But up north, the elders are demanding the declaration of a state of emergency amid escalating insecurity in the north. Now, what does this tell us about regional tensions, leadership, and Nigeria's future? As if that's not all, we'll also be touching briefly on the constitution review that was held in Owerri on Wednesday. Now, let's start from the call for state of emergency in the north by the northern elders over there. And I have just one question, and I'm going to go straight to it. Comparing it to the state of emergency that was declared in Rivers State and to this certain call now for a state of emergency in the north because of the insecurity and the loss of death that has been ongoing, the abductions and the kidnapping that has been ongoing, do you think that that is basis enough, that is reasonable enough in order to declare a state of emergency in the north?
Well, the northern, that's the northeast has been in a very terrible situation since 2009 when the Boko Haram insurgents started. And from there he graduated to ISWAP. And from ISWAP he graduated to banditry, and from banditry is now transited to terrorism.
Yes.
And successively Jonathan met it, Buhari met it, and now it has now, because the present governor says it's going to continue from where Buhari stopped. So the insecurity became a very, it became a norm, became a pattern. Now we are now living with it. Like I said in some of our past editions, you see, northern elders, I don't know if they're just waking up. This is not just about the north. The whole regions ought to come together and part a chatway. The people who understands, there are experts about this insecurity who can provide solutions.
Yes.
There are military heads who understand this thing, who could provide solutions. As far as I'm concerned, majority of the northern elders that are coming in are all involved in this matter. They are. These people are not monsters that came from sky. These are people's children. They know them. They gave birth to these boys. They know their father, they know their mother. Then let's talk about some of the imports that came from Libya, that came from Mali, that came from Kenya, Al-Shabaab and all these things, you know, that are all the, where all these things, you know, they came into Nigeria. And the security agencies are mounted in the borders, at the borders. But we still have insurgents of the influx of these terrorists that are all infiltrating into Nigeria. because our borders are porous. Now, the first thing I think the government should do, the northern elders, is to tell themselves the gospel truth. The Bible says that the truth you know is what will set you free. So they need to tell themselves the truth first. We don't want this anymore. It has to be a collective response, an agreement. It is not some quarters of people who are not being favored with one thing or the other. No, it has to be a holistic approach where everybody is going to come together and say, of a truth, we no longer want this. Enough is enough. Now, when you want to start tackling it, you will not tackle not just from the stem. You go down to the board to know how to uproot it and and make a change. But the northern elders, well, they have come out to say what they want to say.
The state of
emergency. But they know the truth.
All right, so you just said something. I want to ask him a question and then come to you. So you just made mention of the fact that the state of emergency. So you are buying into the idea. But, we have, this is not just happening in Kaduna or just one northern state. Now, do you think that the Nigerian army has that manpower to be able to call for a state of emergency in the majority of these northern states that are going through this crisis? Let's say Kaduna, Borno, the rest of them, Plateau, at a time. Let me tell you, we have the boys to do this job. Two things. Okay. When you don't fund people rightly, true, the act of me risking my life becomes reduced. When I have no vision that even if I lose my life, that my family is going to be taken well care of, I would not want to stick my head to it. Right. The truth about it is that the executives have not come out to tackle this insecurity head on. That you're providing basic, what's it called? You're providing security apparatus. Is it ghosts that are going to operate it? Are they not human beings? Now you are not paying these guys who are doing these dangerous jobs. They don't even know what their next meal is going to look like. Then you want them to go and stick out their name. Insecurity will still continue. That is the truth. Despite of the state of emergency. Just answer that and also contribute to the fact that, we've seen different killings in different places at mosque, in Kaduna, in Plateau. Now, do you now think that even if we call for this state of emergency, just to add to what he said, that we call for this state of emergency, that we'll be able to tackle this for the long run?
Okay, I'm just going to tie everything together. So I think this situation or this crisis of insecurity in the north has eaten too deep into the economy in general. Because even World Bank has declared that if they want that if these insecurities continue in the north, that the other states risk food shortage. Yes, you understand? So you could see that it's not just in the north. Was it not yesterday that I was watching a video of a particular region in the north that bandits, armed men, came to their community and they were taking selfies. The people in the community were taking selfie with them,
with the bandits.
You could see
celebrity bandits.
Under duress.
You can see that. But the thing here, what I was seeing is communities that have lost hope in the government. Community that have resorted to sorting their own issues themselves. Community that is no longer looking up to the president, or rather the governor, who is the chief security of the state. They are now doing, trying to resort issues themselves. If it means shaking hands with these people, let us shake hands. Let us eat together with these people. And it's quite sad. It is terrible that we're experiencing this, that people cannot even go to their farms and expect that they will come back whole. It is quite sad. I mean, if this thing, like I said before, the World Bank warned that if it continues, food shortage, and not just that, Mr. Sacramento mentioned something about declaring state of emergency. This state of emergency, I think, is actually this northern regions that need this state of emergency the most. Because I don't really see a reason whereby a president of Nigeria will be declaring state of emergency in a state whereby two prominent persons are having disagreements or disputes between themselves. It does not make sense. There are core issues that he's supposed to tackle. These are the things we are talking about now, and I'm not even I don't really care about if the people in the north, the officials in the north, are part of this, but for the fact that they've come out to seek for this state of emergency, I think they should be heard, and not just seeking state of emergency. If this should be if the president should actually throw in his weight, what is the possibility that this will actually be implemented? Because I don't want it to be normal headlines every single time. Will it be implemented, and will it be well funded? Just like what he said, you can't send people out in the field to risk their lives without them knowing fully well that their families will be well compensated. This thing has really eaten too deep. I'm just talking about the security personnel that you're sending into the field. What about the people that are in that state that their lives, their livelihood, their source of livelihoods had been cut short? And not just that, a lot of them are displaced. They are leaving their states. It is quite sad. And something has to be done about it.
At the end of the day, there is no country that can succeed where there's insecurity. But Mr. Oladimeji, coming to you, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can.
All right. Okay, so the president at TCAD 9 claimed that Nigerian army can win any war. And the same Nigerian army is what some of these northern elders have come to say, that they are overstretched, under-resourced, and complicit, in the sense that even during some of these attacks, they're quiet. They've been quiet during some of these attacks. But what are your thoughts? This army that the president says can win any war, but we are still battling with insecurity in the northern region and other regions in the country.
Let us remember that we are in a democracy, and that the president is the grand commander of the armed forces, and instructions are taken directly from the desk of the president. So we can't drop the bulk of this situation on the desk of the military. The military is as good as the policy that drives security architecture in this country. And we've been having worsening situations around our military apparatus since the APC took over power in 2020. Since Jonathan, yes, I can't really speak categorically of how genuine our state of insecurity was before 2015, because there were so many propaganda that went out there. Yes. But then it started under Buhari and it became a thing. All right? Comrade Sacramento said some time ago that, was it Comrade? No, I'm not sure, but I heard it somewhere in an engagement, that this insecurity we are having today was, enabled by political players, who wanted power at all costs. That's a conversation for another day. But ideally, our military can stand any challenge, any day, any time. In fact, I think we've had that kind of conversation on this platform before, when we discussed how, strong, how versatile our military works. We used to have ECOMOG. We used to go, into peacekeeping all around Africa, even outside Africa. AEC, we were there. Even our Nigerian police force were in AEC. Imagine. So we have a strong military architecture. But the problem is the saboteurs in this architecture. The saboteurs that collude, that corroborate with some players to make sure that this state of insecurity do not stop. Make no mistake, some people are making huge money from the state of insecurity in the north. And if you said it rightly, it don't just start. IMF is warning against something that has started long ago. The state of insecurity has caused consumable goods to skyrocket in price, all because goods are, these perishable goods, these farm produce are not coming from the north because of the state of insecurity currently prevailing in the north. And we have our military men dying every day because of the saboteurs in the system. So if anything must happen at all, it is not the fault of, the solution is not with the military. The solution is with the government of the day. If the government of the day decides today to have a turnaround and have genuinely be interested in solving our security problem, within 24 hours, we'll solve it. After all,
within 24 hours.
Abata said it that it starts beyond 24 hours. Ask the government involved.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Oladimiji. We are still getting people's different perspectives on the matter, but